You can't do what you love and put a roof over your head if it's not making you money. Hello everyone, welcome back. And you guys really wanted me to react to some other artists out there. So in today's video, I found India's first all-girl K-pop group. Kind of like kaachi we talked about. Also found something called B-pop, which is apparently Brazilian pop hybrid mix of K-pop. And you guys requested me to really talk about SB19, a group from Philippines, and ZGirls and Z-boys, something called Z-pop. And we're gonna be talking about all of that because again, I have a lot to say. But before we get started, girls and boys, do you guys love my outfit? I've showed you guys on my top 3 best online shops to shop at. This is a beautiful, beautiful dress that I got. It's a cotton candy. Wearing my diamond baby girl necklace, magic bracelets. I'm not really wearing any earrings today because I just thought it's too much to wear earrings and the necklace. We're gonna go into Five High. They're called Five High, and they claim that they're India's first all-girl K-pop group. There's not really much information about them. I couldn't really find much videos, but all they have up right now is a cover song. And this is a cover song of PD from Dreamcatcher. And this is actually like almost like a legit music video that they made.
5 finalists were chosen from Guwahati itself. Later, the auditions took place in Shillong.
And their mission was to basically sing a Dreamcatcher's PD in front of the judges, and then they say yes or no if they wanted the group, and they pick the final groups right there on the spot. This one's a little bit hard to judge because they don't have an original song out, so I'm not sure if this is like a real group or what their plan is with this Five High. Based on their description, they claim that it's India's first all-girl K-pop group, so I personally feel like their skills are again lacking a lot. They're singing in Korean. Of course, it's not that pleasing to the ear because they don't speak Korean fluently. It just seems like girls who love K-pop who just came to do a project and they're having fun with it. That's all I see it as. I also think they're not really camera trained as well, so it does feel like girls who hasn't been really training again hardcore for their debut. And the reason why I say that is, for me personally, when I look at groups that are just a project versus a real professional performer, it really has to do with a question that comes down to this: would you be willing to pay these performers to come to your venue, to your party, to your concert, whatever it is, and have them perform there? Would you pay to watch them? Would you pay to bring them? Do they have something to offer to the crowd is really the question here. I personally believe if you really love music, you wouldn't have to categorize it into one genre or one concept. I mean, why not bring Indian pop? I mean, that sounds so cool, but have like the music video shots and maybe the outfits, make it very modern and have that K-pop splash in it. It would be so much more pleasing and they would make it bigger in the industry, is my thoughts. You know, are they really committed to do this for at least 10 plus years? Are they committed to do this for a lifetime as performer? Because I believe, like, as you guys could see, these girls and boys don't seem like there's training for that long, and it's almost like there's no love into it. There's no time and care that went into their skills and talent and just all of this in general. If this is a project and they're doing this for fun, that is amazing and great, but if they're really thinking about doing this for years and as a lifetime, I mean, we gotta like redo this. This is not it. I mean, they're potentially wasting people's time because I don't want them to do something that is feeding these people with false hopes. One of the things that differentiates the real K-pop groups versus, you know, these girl groups that we're seeing these days, I think it really has to do with 기본기. In English, 기본기 is the basics, the basic training, the foundations of everything. If you guys are dancers, you guys know what I'm talking about. We do so much of the basics where you have to like learn the lines of the body. You also need to get the strength down when it comes to dancing. You need to know how to release it, hold it. The most thing that I did as a trainee was the up and downs bounce. Bounce is with every single music. There's rhythm in every single song. So I had to do so much of that up and downs bounce because I just couldn't get it because I was not really good at it. And after years of training, I finally got down the basics of dance. If you don't have the basics down, your dance really looks small. It looks like your body is shaky. You don't have any strength, and you don't really have that clean line whenever you're dancing or doing any moves, because it's really about the basics when you're doing anything. Also, when it comes to rapping and even singing, the basics are so important. So when you're on stage, so when you're dancing, your voice is not shaky. One time, like, I cried when I did this because this producer made me do something that I couldn't do, which was the breathing exercise, which breathing exercises are so important when you're singing. I remember this producer made me do the exercise to let out that breath out as long as you can and make it not shaky. But the producer made me do it until I reached 1 minute over and over again on the spot. I couldn't do it for like literally hours. And after those hours, I got it down to 1 minute, and that's when I broke down crying because it was so hard. And you know, like, you have to break down and be vulnerable a lot of the times, and that's part of training. That's part of like just becoming a professional performer. And it's really not about how great of a singer you are, it's great of a dancer or actor you are. It's really about having something to offer to the audience, how much time and love you put into your energy. So I just want to look back at some comments that you guys made on my last video. So this person says, I think if non-Asians want to do K-pop, they should go to Korea and do it properly. So I do kind of agree with this, as you know, a K-pop thing right now is something that is born out of Korea. Someone that speaks Korean and sings in Korean. That's basically what K-pop is. But I also do believe and hope that in the future there is something that is a hybrid of K-pop, something that will actually blow up in the Western countries. It doesn't have to be just limited to Korea anymore, but I do believe it has to be a hybrid. It has to be something that is more Western influenced, but just a splash of K-pop. I think going fully K-pop right now, but you're in a different country and you're non-Asian, it's just something that's going to be critiqued so much. So we need a new genre out of this in order for this to work outside of Korea. Bunny Baby says, there are dozens of really talented groups in Korea disbanding because no one knows who they are, but some Westerners can do the bare minimum, call it K-pop, and get millions of views from the outrage. Don't send them hate. If you support it, don't give them your views and attention. I do kind of agree with this. There's so many K-pop groups and solo singers and actors and actresses that just didn't make it. They put so much love and so much hard work and so much years into it. Let's support smaller artists. Let's support, you know, smaller groups that are in need of your attention and your love. People underestimate K-pop idols. They literally dedicate their entire lives to build up their talents and skills to debut and be one of the successful few out thousands of others. So for me, it seems like a slap in the face to the industry and the hard work that goes into it. But I do understand what you guys are saying, and I actually really thank you guys for supporting this. I mean, I personally don't believe it's a slap in the face from me. Coming from my own experience, like, I put so much hard work and years, and literally since I was a kid, into what I wanted to do, whether it's good outcome or bad outcome, for years. And I know I have to do this for at least 10 plus years. I need to take that responsibility with me. So much things that I went through, so much good things, but at the same time so much bad things that I went through. I mean, that was even one time when I went homeless when I was in Korea, and I thought my world was over because I literally had nothing. I lost so many things, and I sought help from my friends, which got me back up on my feet. And I'm not saying this because I want people to feel pity for me. I'm saying this because there's so many shit going on outside as well that has nothing to do with just singing and dancing. But I just know so many things that my friends, some people that I know, some people that I don't know, that I just seen go through so much in this industry, and they don't even make it at all. They don't even get the attention. So I really thank you guys for at least knowing and understanding that there is a lot that goes into this. This person says, y'all say they have no skills, but let me tell you this, they just started. What do y'all expect from them? I remember when I debuted and released my first song, it's like, what you have to do is legally claim that you are a performer in Korea. So I remember I had to go to like the music association, the embassy place, and register myself as a performer. And if you want to get royalties under your name, it's basically registering yourself that you're a singer. Like I said, going back to you ready to be a paid performer, which is basically what I differentiates a professional versus just someone doing it for fun. I don't care about opinions, but people need to stop being racist, sexist, bullies, and go audition themselves. How hard is it to perform in front of others, especially when it's your dream? And I totally agree with this. And even for these girls that are doing this, I mean, there is no need for hate. I mean, it's not easy for them as well, so we need to cool down on the hate. This person is talking about me. She is trying so hard to ride the K-pop wave. I have the feeling she doesn't sing because she loves it, but she wants to be famous and be on TV. She talks about being on TV as something necessary when you just want to be a singer. Just do what you love, and if you're doing it because you want money and fame, it probably doesn't get you anywhere. I am not trying hard to ride the K-pop wave. I mean, I don't know how you ride something because I am Korean. I've done things in Korea. If you personally don't agree with that, that's fine, but I could talk about and do anything that I want. Just because probably you haven't seen me as often as other people on TV. It's not that singers don't release albums or be on TV because they don't want to. It's because there's so many internal problems and so many things you gotta do in order to be there. And yes, I love to sing, I love to rap, I love music, and I love being in the entertainment environment. As I got older, I started to realize that just because I love to do something something, it's not gonna happen the way I want it to. That's something I realized up to a couple of years ago when I was still in Korea trying to make it. Because even if I love to sing and rap and dance, it wasn't paying my bills. So many internal problems with the entertainment industry that's not under my control. At the same time, if you're old enough, you will realize that you can't do what you love without money. You can't do what you love and put a roof over your head and put a plate of food right in front of you if it's not making you money or if you don't have money. I know that might be a little hard to understand, but when you're over 25, you will understand what I'm talking about. And if you cannot make a business out of it, at one point someone is just gonna fall out of it because they cannot afford to do this anymore. And that's a big part of it that I think a lot of people don't realize. First of all, let's go into SB19. You guys wanted me to react to them, and I've checked out their videos. Again, I don't want to be copyrighted, so I'm not gonna be reacting live right now, but I was very surprised, and this is the exact type of example that I'm talking about. They are a Filipino group, but under a Korean company that is trained under Korean trainers. I think that is what I'm getting out of this. I checked out their music video and they're singing in Filipino. I don't understand the language, but guess what? Music is bomb. Their voice is bomb. Like, they're pretty good at dancing as well. The music video is not like, you know, as much money put into like BTS or like EXO music videos, but this is the perfect example of singing in your language and being comfortable, because we can see that you are comfortable. We can see that you have talent, and they have like 900,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel, so they're making it pretty good right now, and everybody could see that. So I really enjoy this group, and I'm actually looking forward to more music from them. ZGirls and Z-Boys. So now this is apparently where it's a hybrid between K-pop and the Western music. They're singing all in English, but there's so much K-pop essence into it, and they're almost as good as a K-pop group that's been training for a long time. So they did really pick these girls really well. Overall, I love their music. I think Z-Pop, Z-Girls, and Z-Boys, the producers, they are picking out really high quality music. I believe we are on the road to the right hybrid mix of K-pop and the Western music. But I believe this is the problem that we're running into right now when it comes to hybrid. There is not enough demand and a fan base yet when it comes to these hybrid groups. There needs to be a more open people in the crowd. There needs to be a place for them to promote. I personally believe that it would be so awesome if we have like maybe like a Pussycat Dolls, Little Mix kind of groups, have a little bit of Asian twist in it. I think it has to be a bit more Western influence with a splash of K-pop. A lot of people I know in the Western countries still don't like K-pop because they think it's too girly, they think it's like cringy, they think it's like for little kids. So we need something that is a perfect hybrid mix. We need a place for people to stand and people to come to the concerts, pay for the tickets so they have revenue to actually make a concert for these hybrid groups. That's the only way that these groups are going to make it and keep on going, because I know that these groups are not gonna go for a long run if they don't have a place of demand. We need to demand it, and I know this will somehow work because I think as a human nature we love seeing hybrids. There's something also called the B-pop, which I did not know, and this is a hybrid mix with Brazilian pop and K-pop, which is so cool. And there are several groups, not a lot. There's a group called High Hill, and one of my favorite songs was Nelvel Kasser. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I seen their music video a long time ago, but I think what they're doing now is way better. When I personally think of Brazil, which I don't know much about, it's really that sexy culture, you know? And I really love how they put that Asian girl in there, because we need Asian girls in order for this to have that splash of K-pop. Who doesn't want to see hot Asian girls singing in Portuguese? And I really wish them good luck, and I really wish that they blow up in Brazil. There's also a group called Eve. We have Nada Oni that featured in one of their songs, but she sings in Korean, and I thought that was so cute. There's that sexy essence into it, but they're singing in Portuguese, but they have a Korean rapper in it, and I thought it sounded so cool. We would love to see like K-pop being turned into an essence for every culture, just like hip-hop. You know, it started out from a small place and now it's like every culture we have hip-hop. But you guys, that is all I have to say about this today. You guys let me know what you guys have thought about all these groups, what you guys think of this hybrid idea, what you guys think is needed in order for the Western market to really swoop this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, if you like this video, share it, like it, subscribe, and remember to hit the notification bell because I reply to all my early birds. I'm gonna reply to you.